Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel on YouTube called In Search of Wonder. And my name is Anne, and this is actually my first contribution to the Booktube world. I've been following quite a few booktubers for a while now, and I love just hearing everyone talk about the favorite books that they've been reading and their insights and their thoughts and what they like and what they didn't like. I just love all conversations about books, and I have been just itching to join in the conversation. But I feel like it's kind of like when you're at a party and you don't know anybody very well and you want to join in on the conversation, but you're introverted like me. And so you just kind of like awkwardly try to just, stand in there and nudge yourself into the conversation. Well, this video is my introverted attempt at doing that, inserting myself into the great conversation taking place about books that is booktube. So anyway, I thought that I would join in on a tag that I think Paperbacks and Ponytails resurrected recently, originally from Jesse the Reader, I think is his name. And also I saw A Lovely Day with Holly. She did a video on it as well. And I thought it would be a fun way for you to, if you care, to get a glimpse into my bookshelves and what I like to read. And also just so that I can just jump in and talk about books too, because it's like one of my favorite things to do. My other favorite thing to do is to drink coffee. So this is a teacup, but there's coffee in there. I made myself an espresso cortado because that's what I do. I have a very good friend who went to Ethiopia to visit her family this summer, and because she loves me, she brought back coffee from Ethiopia, and it's delicious. That's what I'm drinking right now. If you follow me on Instagram, same username, I mostly post about books and coffee, and sometimes also places that I go because I love to travel and I love to see new places and things. So if that interests you, that is what you will find on Instagram. And as I have time here on YouTube as well. Time is a bit of a precious commodity for me. I teach full-time music at a small private school, and I also have a couple of piano students, private piano students after school. And if that's not enough, besides taking care of my family and my house occasionally, I also am the music coordinator and choir director at my church. Very full plate, but I still love to talk about books, so I'm here, and we'll see how often I am able to do this. So, how well do I know my bookshelf is the tag that was going around that I kind of wanted to do. Thought it would be fun. So, without further ado, I'm not going to use like fancy number generators or anything. I'm just going to do old-fashioned, like, whoop, there's a book. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, first of all, without looking at the description, tell us what the book is about. Forewarning, I have a horrible memory, truly horrible, so probably not gonna know. Probably not gonna remember what it is about. Well, I haven't read that one yet, so we'll do that one. Um, haven't read that one yet either. So far, this system is not working out super well for me. I don't know. I know a lot of people have like some books, like a separate TBR card or something like that, or a separate TBR shelf. Me, I just have all of my fiction books here on this shelf, right here in the middle. So read, haven't read, they're all in there. And then, of course, my Kindle, which has another library of books, probably twice the size of this one. Anyway, so what I found was A Gentleman in Moscow. And I have read this recently enough to remember that it is about a gentleman in Moscow, believe it or not. Anyways, the guy in Moscow, who don't remember his name, the gentleman who lived there, it was like right at the time of the Bolsheviks taking over in Russia, the Russian Revolution, and he goes through several decades of immense change in Russia. And he's confined to a hotel there, and it's just about his life and the things that he goes through and experiences, and people's lives that touch him and that he touches and how they interact and everything. Pretty good story overall. My one complaint is that it is not really Russian at all. I mean, it's if it weren't for the historical aspects surrounding the story, it would have seemed like it was actually written in like set in England or something like that. It wasn't very Russian, but it was an interesting story. Okay, so I get a point for that. Sorry, there is like a fruit fly flying around here. All right, number 2. Without looking it up, what is the genre of this book? So, More Than Words Can Say is a historical fiction. And I think there's some I feel like there's like sort of humorous, but mostly just a romantic historic fiction. And I think I'm right. So wow. Am I 2 for 2 so far? That's pretty good. Pretty good. All right, next, without looking at the book, tell us what is on the cover. So I will just point. Well, I haven't read that one, so does it count? It's called The Black Tower by P.D. James. I haven't read it, but I guess that doesn't matter for this one. I did put it on my shelf, so at some point I looked at it. Like, I bought it, and I looked at it. I'm gonna guess that there's a black tower on the front. Well, yeah, right there, see? Black tower. There's also a cliff and a person on the edge of the cliff, and it's all in a box and everything, so there's more than a tower, so maybe half a point? Yeah, 2.5 points. We'll go with that. Without looking at the book, without looking it up, what is the main character's name? Oh, totally gonna fail this one. Going to fail hugely because I'm not gonna remember. Oh, well, I've never read it. Children of the Stars. Can't remember a book I've never read. Oh, Fathers and Sons by Ivan Turgenev. Ew. I mean, there's more than one main character, really. Because it's fathers and sons. There's like multiple, like related family members going on here. There's an uncle. Let's go with Russian names. Sergey, Sasha, Dmitri. Running a blank on Russian guys' names. Oh, Nicholas or Nikolai. And Eugene, Yevgeny. What would be that name? Nikolai Yevgeny. Arkady. Yeah, I didn't get that one. All right, I didn't really expect to win that one, so that's okay. Moving on, let's see. Without looking, name a side character. If I can't name the main character, I can promise you I'm not going to remember any of the side characters either. Here we go. A Song Unheard by Rosanna M. White. I know I liked it. There are 0 names coming to the forefront here. Like, that's what I got. So Willa is her name, and Lucas is her love interest. Let's see if we can find other names. Gwen and Daisy. All right, could not have told you that if my life depended on it. So, next, what am I at? 2.5? Okay, guess how many pages the book has without looking. My phone is ringing. Okay, Listening Valley by D.E. Stevenson, which I have not read yet. I'm gonna say 250. Oh, that was bad. Let's see. The very last page is 328. I was way off. Wow. Okay. That was bad. All right. Next, without looking it up, what rating did you give this book? If you land on a book you haven't read, pick another number. Isn't that what I've been doing? Oh, was I not supposed to do that? Oh, Ethan Frome by Edith Wharton. I don't know if I put this one on Goodreads, um, but it is one of my all-time favorites. So I think I did, and I think I would have given it 5 stars if I did. Yep. Well, I don't know if you can read that. 5 stars for that one. Indeed. Yes, I love it. Tragic. That's so good. I should read it again because it's been a long time and I don't really remember much about it because, like I said, bad memory. All right, let's see. Where am I? That was number 7. Number 8. Without looking, where does this book take place? Okay. Guess that does not tell you anything. Christie by Catherine Marshall. That's easy. I know that. I don't even have to look it up. North Carolina. Well, I know like she's from Asheville, North Carolina. And I think where she goes is in North Carolina, maybe Tennessee, somewhere in there. Definitely where that book is set. One of my all-time most favorite books ever that I have actually reread several times. Let's see. Without looking, what are the parents' names? That's kind of a weird question. Like, some books don't even have parents in them. Um, but let's see. Winter is Not Forever by Jeanette Oak. Actually, I do think that this is Seasons of the Heart series. So there are parents. I read this a long time ago, like 30 years ago. There are parents because is the boy's name Josh? Yes. And he lives with his dad and his grandfather or something. Well, there's his Uncle Charlie and his grandpa, just called Grandpa. I don't know if Grandpa has like another name or he just calls him Grandpa. Um, so yeah, but I guess I don't really get a point for that because I didn't really know. Well, I thought it was his dad, not his grandpa, and his uncle. So not a dad. So let's see. I guess that kind of a wash anyway. Um, let's see. Next, without looking at the hardback, what color is the book under the dust jacket? So let's see. Finding a hardback. Okay, Bridge to Haven, which I have not read, and can I take off the dust jacket? There's like a library copy. Oh my goodness, I'm just like totally looking at it before I even guess what the color is. Stupid, I already saw. It's light blue, if you wanted to know. I have not read this one yet, Hillbilly Elegy. It's on my list to read, obviously, or I wouldn't have it. What is the color of the book? I'm gonna go with blue. Let's see. Oh, well, yeah, red and gray. I don't know. No blue. There's no blue. Okay. Fail. Fail, fail. All right, next. So what am I at? Like 2.5. Still 3. I am not doing well today. I do not know my books very well, apparently. Okay, next. Let's see if I can redeem myself at all. Without looking, is there anything on the hardback like an image or an imprint? So let's see. Let's go with this one, Silas Marner, and I'm going to say yes. I feel like this is one of those editions that would have like a little like insignia or something here in one of these places. But I don't know if I can get the, yeah, okay. Hi. You can see the little insignia there. Yes, I've got another point. So now I'm at like 3 or something. Yes. All right, next. Without looking, do the chapters have titles or are they just numbered? Hmm. I'm actually going to go with one of these up here. These are my nice books. My favorite copies. Okay, this is Little House on the Prairie. And, oh, are there numbers or titles? I feel like there might be titles in these chapters. Let's find out. Yes. Woohoo, I got another one. Fresh water to drink. Yes. All right. Another favorite book there. Let's see. Without looking at the book cover, does it have an award on it? Does it have an award? Okay. Let me Okay, so Elizabeth Gaskell, North and South. I'm gonna say no because it's like a classic. And I mean, I'm sure it's worth getting an award, but no awards. Got that one. All right, without looking, does this book have any author blurbs on the front of the cover? Author blurb, like, you know, this is the author and this is who they are and such, I guess. All right, so I don't want to look, so I'm just gonna hold it like this. This is Ordinary Grace by William Kent Kruger, which I've not read yet, and I'm gonna say there is an author blurb on the back. Yes, there is. So I'm up to like 5 or 6 or something. I've totally lost track, so no idea. Without looking, does the book have a description on the back? I mean, they usually do, right? It would be weird if it didn't. That would be a weird book that didn't have it. All right, so I'm not gonna look at the back. All right, this is 1984 by George Orwell, and I'm gonna say yes. There is a description on the back. There's an author photo. There is no description. Well, you know, if you just need to feel better about yourself, that's what I am here for. You will feel so much more intelligent than me anytime you watch one of my videos. Yeah. Okay, next. So, without looking, does this book have an author photo? Well, 1984 does. We all know that now. How about this one? The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. And I'm not looking at the back, and I'm saying that there is no author photo. Yes, I was right. No author photo on that one. I like that book too. That was a good one. Without looking it up, is this author using a pen name? I already did that one. Fathers and Sons. That doesn't count. Not a Sparrow Falls by Linda Nichols. I'm going to say no. I think that's her real name. I don't know how you find out for sure. I don't know. Because if they sometimes, like, they really don't want their real name, like, anybody to know, so like they don't. Oh, I know, sometimes the inside will have the author's actual name if it's not there sometimes. But no, it just says Linda Nichols. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna say that I'm right on that one. All right, without peeking, what point of view is this book written in? First or third? All right, so I have to admit that, like, I don't always pay attention to that. Like, I know for a lot of people it's a big deal, like if it's first or third person. It's not something that, like, I really totally register in a conscious sense. Anyway, so here we have Prince Caspian from the Chronicles of Narnia, and I'm going to say it is not first person. Pretty sure these are all third person. Yes. Yeah, third person narrative there. All right. Okay, we'll put that back later. Next. Without looking, are there any pictures or graphics in this book? Let's go back here into this corner. Dear Mr. Darcy, a retelling of Pride and Prejudice, which is, I don't know why, I just love retellings of Pride and Prejudice. It's like I just want to get more of the characters. I'm always disappointed because, you know, nobody's Jane Austen but Jane Austen, right? But you just always want to find out more about them. Anyway, so what's the question? Does this book have pictures or graphics? I'm going to say no. And no is right. Yay, I've got like, I don't know, 8 or 9 or 10 or something. Let's make up numbers. Next, without looking, does it have an epilogue? An epilogue. Okay, a book I've read. She Walks in Beauty, and I feel like there is an epilogue here. So I'm going to say yes. Group discussion guide, note to the reader. No. It's just chapter 43, and that is the end. Although maybe why I thought there was an epilogue is there's like a little newspaper column entry at the very end there. That might have been why I was thinking, and that there was an epilogue. But yeah. All right, next one. Does it have a prologue? So, This Present Darkness. It's been a really long time since I've read this, like 20 years or something. I'm going to say, come on, opening it, not looking. No, I'm going to say no. No prologue. Yes. And we start with chapter 1. Yay! I got one right. Surprise! Without looking, is this book signed? Well, I don't have, oh, yes, actually, this book is signed. I'm pretty sure this is the only book I have that is signed, and I won it in a giveaway, which does not happen very often for me. See? Woohoo. Yes. All right. Next, without looking, do the page numbers have a design above or below them, or none at all? Am I supposed to be paying attention to the page numbers when I'm reading the book? Like, other than to see how far I've gone? Or what page number I'm on? Because I don't pay attention to that. The Last Sin Eater. I love this book. I think Redeeming Love is my favorite by her, but this one is so good. So good. Oh, page numbers. I'm going to say no on the design. Nope. Just, okay. Just a number. All right. Good. Got that one. Let's see. Without looking, are the acknowledgments in the front or the back of the book? The Keepers of Lost Things. I have not read this one, so I'm just going to guess. And I'm going to say they're in the back because most of the time they're in the back. Not always. Yep. In the back. Acknowledgments. Have you read it? Is it good? I've heard. I've heard kind of mixed reviews. I don't know. So I haven't read it yet. I haven't been super anxious to crack it open. I've heard good things and then like, wasn't good. All right, let's see. Oh, I missed one. I skipped one. Without looking, do the chapter headers have designs on them? I'm gonna go back here, the back row in this shelf. Oh, yikes. That might have been a bad decision. Okay, I'm making a royal mess here. To Kill a Mockingbird. I think this is just chapter numbers and no designs. Yep. Oh, oh. I was right, but I cracked the book in the process. We'll just put that one back where it goes. All right, and without looking, what year was this book published? So let's see. Let's find one in the back row over here, although probably I should stop getting in the back row. Oh, okay. So Old Friends and New Fancies. This was one of the first Jane Austen retellings. And Sybil G. Brinton, she wrote it. It was like in the early 20th century. It's like one of the very first like fan fictions, if you will. Really cool too because she like combines all of the characters from all of Austen's books. But it was written in 19 something. 1927. And then let's see. Well, this edition was 2007, but that's not when it was written. Oh, this is a reprint of the first edition written in 1913. So I was off by almost 15 years. But hey, at least I knew it was like in the early 20th century. I mean, that's something, right? Okay, next. Last one. Woohoo! Without looking, what year did you read this book? Okay, this I'm going to fail because sometimes I can barely remember if I've read a book. Let's see. Bum, bum, bum. Ba-bum, ba-bum. Dun, da-da. Dun, da-da. Counted with the Stars. So I know I read it a few years ago. I'm not sure. That might have been in a year that I wasn't really tracking on Goodreads. So I may not have recorded when I read it. I'm going to say 2019. Just throw 2019. See what happens. Well, I did record it. Oh, so close. 2018. I read it in October of 2018. Man. But hey, it was closer than I thought it would be. I was just kind of taking a stab in the dark. All right. Well, that was fun. I feel like I did reasonably well, although I've completely lost track. I feel like maybe 10, 11. Well, that's like less than half. So maybe not so well, but it was fun going through my books and trying to remember things about them if I read them or not or whatever. So fun. And we'll see next time I stop by and join in on the bookish conversation. In the meantime, have a lovely day. Drink your coffee, read your books, and I'll see you later. And it's still recording.